Hello, I'm playing Aether and Iron. This time,
To go over the plan, a taut wire of tension hangs and
I finished
it twitches reflexively,
Dreamland
like they're all waiting
Barony.
how much extra strain my weight will add.
Is everyone here? Good. Gia, the floor is yours.
Okay, we've got Soap Jackson on board, so first step is meeting him outside the casino. He'll set off the fireworks early, which should draw Marm and her guests outside.
The code combination to the Pandemonium Vault changes daily. Every morning, each doe is given a unique combination, all of which unlock it. When we get there, I'll receive my combination and give it to you. Then I'll join the doe escort with Marm.
Hang on. Mom will know it was your combination that unlocked the vault. You'll blow your cover.
By the time she realizes that, it will be far too late. Without her money, Marm's powerless. This isn't just a heist, darling. It's a coup.
Succeeding you, mother.
Long overdue, if you ask me.
Right. Pandemonium should empty out well enough, but we'll still have security to watch out for. Cress, you're headed to the boiler room.
Yeah, I'll overload the heating system to cover our getaway.
Just try not to blow us all up while me and the crew are still inside, yeah?
Please. Klausner's system is as good as it gets. A perfect time bomb he put in the heart of his own creation.
Luca, you're with me. We'll use Sophie's combination to get into the vault, and your crew can start unloading the goods.
My boys already got clearance for their trucks at the loading bay. Should be simple.
So long as we don't get complacent, darling.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Anything else?
Do we have contingencies? A backup plan? What happens if something goes wrong?
Oh, what could go wrong, old sport? It's foolproof.
Despite Apollo's attempt at invigorating optimism, all eyes turn anxiously my way. They're looking to me like I'm a general atop my horse, enemy banners flapping on the horizon behind me. No matter what happens, I'm just glad Apollo will finally have enough money for that nose job.
Honestly, Apollo, I'm surprised you don't poke your co-star's eyes out with that thing.
Et tu, Brute?
Relax, golden boy. If anyone here needs their schnoz straightened, it's yours truly.
Right then. Get home safe, everyone. And remember, don't look down.
Sophie, you got a second?
What's on your mind?
What did you mean, coup? What are you planning here?
She won't give up power willingly. So we'll have to tear it out of her hands. I can't control how she reacts.
But you know her better than any of us. She'll still be dangerous, even with an empty vault. Should we expect blowback?
I'm not alone in this, Gia. The Does are my sisters, and I know them better than anyone.
How can you be sure?
I can't. I just know whatever happens, despite our differences, I want my sisters by my side. I have to give them that chance.
Now I need Cress and Luca.
Take care.
Giovanna, see you soon, darling.
Hey there. See ya.
Hello, Gia. Good luck out there.
Ah, you're back.
Dufresne's trick really shook you up.
More than a little, darling. Dropped everything to look into this goose chase. Still has me second-guessing every report I see, to be honest.
Wait, you're still worried about a traitor? I thought you and Sam would have cleared your people by now.
That's the secret to running an undercover outfit. Always watch your back and prepare to plug leaks. We may be freedom fighters, but half the battle's making sure we're fighting the same fight. This Dufresne fellow could drop the guillotine at any point. The only reason he hasn't is we're beneath his notice. That's not something I'm willing to stake our lives on, and I doubt you are either. Till next time.
And I checked everywhere in this home island. There was no new dialogues. I'll just set up my class again. Because now I have to give my truck to Luca, and Gia will use my sedan again from Sophie. And for Gia, I don't need long range machine gun. This costs 4 AP for 4 damage, and this improved pistol costs 2 APs and deals 4 damage, same damage, but this one has longer range. But in case of Gia, I need to be within 2 cells from enemies, so let's just equip pistols for less APUs. And I don't need jumping repulsors for Gia. Yes, I'll keep this one. And I have 3 more weight allowances. This truck. This one needs efficient jumping repulsors. I have 3 more weight allowances, so I can equip this medium armor from prisoners transport. Oh, please. Yes. So I just copied this medium armor by some kind of bug, whatever, and let's move on. I can still access some locations.
As I round the corner, a murky haze hangs in the air. Up ahead, there's a disabled vehicle hovering above the tarmac. A befuddled man in a soot-stained suit looks up from his perch over the open hood and flags me down.
Please, you've got to help me get off the road. If Mom's thugs find me blocking a public street, they'll impound the car. And I've already got an outstanding debt with the house. I'll never get it out.
I size the poor guy up as best I can. I check out his hands. No calluses on his knuckles. No concealed gun spoiling the line of his suit. He's just a schmuck who needs help. Out of the way. I'm going to push it clear. I put my car in gear and float slowly up to his front bumper. There is a thud, followed by a scrape as my bumper grinds against his. In just a few seconds, his car is at the side of the road. No worse than a bad parallel park.
Thanks, I guess.
Don't mention it. And you might want to find a new hobby before you get any deeper in the hole to Marm. Pandemonium glows like a phoenix, a modern-day city of gold dedicated to the celebration and expansion of one woman's monstrous wealth. I can't help but hesitate in the face of the splendor. Soap Jackson saunters over with the air of a worksite foreman who's never held a shovel in his life, while laborers bustle to set up Marm's fate. I envy his nonchalance, if not his swagger.
Well, hello, baby. Lovely to see you again.
Are we all set?
Ready and waiting. Just say the word and I'll kick off the party.
As a personal favor for me, as we agreed. Don't tell me you're backing out on me now.
Of course I ain't. But I just can't figure it. Why would you want the schedule changed? What's in it for you, baby?
What do you care? We have an agreement. Are you not a man of your word?
Don't be churlish, baby. Of course I am. Ain't a man allowed to be curious?
No. You're not being paid to be curious. Your job is to start the festivities on my signal. You got that?
Your mama never washed out your mouth with soap, baby, and it shows. You ought to be careful. Running your mouth like that one day, it'll get you in big trouble.
Way ahead of you there, Slick.
Well, we can start any time. Just say the word.
So, what's on the itinerary for this shindig anyway?
You already know about the fireworks. My people tell me we got enough to make the Emperor of Indochina himself green with envy. We got a 16-piece brass band waiting in the wings, too.
Nice. Anything else?
Besides my captivating voice leading us all in celebration of our dear Baron, what else could you need, baby?
So, a bunch of speeches.
Sure, and a ribbon-cutting ceremony, and a champagne christening, and a pile of civic awards. And that's before we go inside.
Great. Feel free to take your time with those speeches, huh? Really savor it.
Mom paid for the best, and she's gonna get it.
You spend a lot of time here?
The casino? Nah, not anymore. Time was... Mom gave me the proper whale treatment. Private tables, open bar, free rooms, you name it.
So what happened?
The more you get to know me, baby, the more you'll realize my attentions are like a wild stallion. Hard to catch and harder to...
So you won too much and Marm kicked you to the curb.
Wasn't like that at all. See, games of chance got a finite store of thrills inside of them, baby. Use it all up, and there ain't nothing left for a man with appetites like mine.
The word. Soap grabs his bullhorn, and in a moment the night air rings with a triumphant march. Above the casino, The sizzle of a dazzling fireworks show sparkles off the underside of the false iron sky.
That ought to really tick her off.
Sophie scribbles some numbers on a scrap of paper and hands it to me.
One 44011.
Here's the combination to my dial. I'm off to join Marm and the Does. Good luck.
You too. See you at the hole. Drinks on me. Sophie takes off, and we push against the current of the crowd towards the casino. Sure enough, there's a hubbub as the wiry figure of Marm exits the casino. A river of gamblers and guests flow in her wake, wearing the annoyed grimaces of people interrupted mid-bet.
Gia?
I clock the security guards at the entrance doors at the same moment Crest does. Don't worry.
Sorry. Back to where you came. Nobody goes in during the fireworks show. Mom's orders.
Damn it. Front door won't cut it, and we can't pitter-patter out here all night. Gotta think of a new approach, fast. Remember us?
I told you. Nobody allowed inside.
I could try and draw the guards away from the door. I look for a way to sneak inside.
This one will be easier.
I could try and draw the guards away from the door. I remember a trick Zio used to pull when I was a tyke, and point at one guard's chest. While he's searching his tie for a stain, I curl my finger into a fist and bash him in the sniffer as hard as I can. Luca helps things along by following up with a chop to the neck, dropping the guard like a ton of bricks. We're through the doors as the other guard moves to help. Not exactly like Zio, but it works. We're in. The cavernous casino interior feels wrong somehow, without the usual bodies and noise. This warm, beckoning sanctuary of sin, now a chilly mausoleum of gold and greed.
I'm off to the boiler room. Wish me luck.
I would, but you don't need it. Do your job slow and smooth. You've got the skill, so use it.
You sweet talker. Are you after Apollo's job? I'll get it done. Be safe, you guys.
Right. Don't look down. I double-check our route to the vault on Klossner's blueprints. His drawings are meticulous, accurate down to the inch. I guide us like a bloodhound tugging at the leash through the employees-only area. Mar Magdalene's vault is a titanic monument to money grubbing, gilded with rococo garnish, boldly advertising her bottomless appetite for coin. I half expect to find a fat old dragon snoring on the other side of the massive door, but the only dragon I know is outside watching the fireworks with her hired help.
This place gives me the willies. Kind of feels like we're being watched.
I know what you mean. It feels like we're intruding on holy ground or something.
More like unholy ground. You got that combo?
I've got it. Here goes nothing. If the vault's meant to be distracting, it works. Because we don't hear the patrolling guard's footsteps on the cold marble until he's right behind us.
Hey, what are you doing? Get away from there.
I produce a wad of cash from my pocket and watch his eyes widen. You're a smart fella. You're just doing your job. And when someone asks you if you saw anybody near the vault today, what do you say?
Well, I can't speak for the other guys, but me personally, never saw a soul.
I breathe deeply to stop my fingers from trembling. With something like reverence, I twist the dial to the number Sophie provided, hearing a satisfying clunk inside the door as its mechanisms pop free.
Oh.
There's so much still left, even with the majority of the cash hauled away by Luca's people. Surely nobody will mind if I take a little pocket-sized souvenir for myself.
So this will be another invention from Nelly.
There's so much still left, even with the majority of the cash hauled away by Luca's people. Surely nobody will mind if I take a little pocket-sized souvenir for myself. There's so much left, even with the majority of the cash hauled away by Luca's people. Surely nobody will mind if I take a little pocket-sized souvenir for myself. In the burrows, fallen trash gathers into hills of scrap bigger than sand dunes. Even those miniature mountains are dwarfed by the glittering piles of treasure inside Marm's vault. I lick my lips unconsciously as I start to salivate. There's enough cash, hawk jewels, and fine art in this room to buy the old governor's mansion. Hell, there's enough to buy the old governor. I think about what it would be like to roll around in it. I have the crazy notion that Marm comes down here to do just that.
Bingo!
Within minutes, Luca's workers flood through the entrance where the loot is normally deposited. His people work quickly, hauling the vault's sparkling riches out in sacks and wheelbarrows. I watch in dumb fascination as they enter and depart the loading bay in ordered lines, like ants carrying supplies back to the colony. I know I'm the lookout, but I'm too caught up in the moment. We're really doing this. As the last of Luca's laborers disappear with Marm's ill-gotten gains, a sudden blaring klaxon jolts me out of my gleeful reverie. Luca looks to me in dismay.
Damn, the jig's up!
Calm down, big fella. It's just the fire alarm. Means Cress is doing her job. I'll be back in a second. I lope down a few corridors away from the vault, watching as security scrambles around in panic confusion. I overhear words like fire and boiler, along with a few choice phrases too crude to repeat. Cress emerges, moving swiftly through the commotion. I shoot her an appreciative grin, but she looks concerned. We hightail it back towards the vault together, rejoining Luca. What's the problem?
What a time. Security showed up at the loading bay, and they're asking a lot of questions and not liking the answers. Plus, the boiler is set to blow any minute now.
Damn it! Gia, those are my people. I won't leave them in the lurch.
Doesn't matter, we can't get out that way. There's gotta be another exit.
I'll find us a way out. In the freshly echoing emptiness of Marm's vault, I spread out Klossner's blueprints, desperate to find a route I've overlooked. No time for mistakes. Gotta make the call. The blueprints are detailed and clear, and I see multiple viable paths. I make a silent promise to plan a wet one on that creep Klossner if I ever see him again. Three options. We can take the service way out through the lower level, past the boiler room. We can stick to the main corridors and head straight for the staff exit, or we can duck into this VIP lounge, which has a private exit.
That's a gamble, miss, and I don't gamble with my people. They're expecting us at the loading bay. What if they wait too long?
Come on, big fella. We're in a casino. Your people know the right moves. We'll catch up with them later, I'm sure of it. I'm not sure of it, but what else can I say? Let's go. We dash headlong through the corridors, buffeted by the wailing fire alarm and the shouts of the guards. The warbling tone of a PA system crackles to life, and Marm's furious edict blares out like the voice of God.
Attention, security personnel! There is a theft in progress. Apprehend these villains immediately, dead or alive. The squad that brings their men their stolen property in will receive a sizable pay raise.
We sprint through gilded corridors and knock over velvet ropes, racing through the casino's VIP areas like Spanish bulls tearing through roadside patios. Following the blueprints, we blast through a set of golden doors into an extravagant lounge.
Get a load of this place. This lounge is bigger than my first garage.
Oh, this Persian rug could buy us a decent freighter. And a chicken dinner for everyone in the labor hall besides.
There's a frozen moment of confusion. A group of white-faced guards stare back at us, arms full of dinnerware and art. I scan the room for a way past, while everyone tries to figure out who the bad guys are. I grab a replica sword off a stand and swing at a nearby gearbox. The ornate chandelier above the gaping guard snaps free of its chain, and it smashes down over their heads in a blizzard of shattering crystal. I beckon my pals, and we make our escape. Cress, what happened to the boiler? Isn't it supposed to explode?
I'm surprised she didn't already.
A sudden rush in my ears is followed by a thundering, cacophonous boom as the boiler explodes. We ride the cresting wave of flame and smoke, breaking into the cool air of freedom just in time to save our hides.
And I sell my items here. So this is just combat oriented loot, and this will be related to skill checks, maybe? I don't care about battles. Let's try this route.
We hit the road and catch up with Luca's workers as the shuddering whine of Aether engines roars behind us. Figures. The does aren't about to let us get away that easy.
Damn it! Lost some good people back there. I won't lose any more.
You're finished! You scummy little worms! Get back here!
Naughty little thieves! Off with their heads!
Alice, Lizzie, and Pearl rev up behind us. Marm's little trinity of terror. Figures should send her best. Let's hope we can take all three at once.
Check it out, Gia. It's the folks we helped earlier. They came back to drive our haulers for us. Guess you must have inspired a boss.
I'll take all the help I can get. It won't be easy keeping these trucks on the road. My eyes fix on Pearl behind the wheel of her coupe, still as a cobra, gearing up for its strike. I've seen what her sisters can do. She's gotta be on another level entirely.
You should have called me earlier, sisters. I would never have let it get this far. Do you hear me, smuggler? It is time to make your peace.
So, this pearl can heal our allies. I think I have to dish out pearl first. Okay, I stay here. I had to change action order before I left my home base. And let's change location and I'll just fire this.
I was holding back when we met. Not anymore.
You won't get away this time.
You're barely worth my time.
One by one, the does peel off. We've lost them.
Is it just me, or was that...
Too easy? Yeah, something's not right.
Don't question it, Gia. We've got the treasure in hand. Lead the way, boss.
And I'll change my action order. Supporter first for this vulnerability and empower, and AoE damage second, and single target damage last. And before I reach this garage, let's recover this vehicle a little. No, I don't think so. This place is very close.
Free and clear, the night air on my face. I give myself over to the rush of the road and the sweet relief of victory. Luca and Cress's cheers fill my ears until they cut short and we spot the roadblock up ahead.
Okay, I can recover here. So I cannot use this now. Well, I will be okay.
It's Marm. Let's get this over with. Our rides glide to a halt, blaring headlights filling our windshields. We step out into the windy freeway, facing Marm and her phalanx of armed does. The wrinkled visage of the mother of vice is lined with contempt.
I'm impressed.
Nothing but the best for the Baron on her big day.
Amusing. But this charade ends now.
Pandemonium is ablaze in the distance, smoke billowing out like an umbrella against Dreamland's underbelly. With the dual loss of her hoard and her casino, Marm will never recover. Marm looks every day of her 67 years, her face haggard and ashen. The does look utterly lost at their matriarch's lack of composure.
I've been suspicious of a traitor in my house for months. This all but confirms it.
How's that? Maybe we're just expert thieves.
Hardly. I caught you in the act. And what's more, all I have to do is check which combination was used on the vault, and I'll know who betrayed me.
The does shoot each other nervous, suspicious looks. They're attack dogs on the leash, ready to lash out, but they're no longer sure which way to direct their bite.
However, if any of my faithful daughters would like to turn themselves in right now, I promise to show you leniency. What's it to be, Mädchen? Shall I head back to my casino? Or shall we resolve this here and now?
Mom, I swear it wasn't me! You gotta believe me! I'd never betray you!
Yes, I know.
Really? You only care about yourself.
Oh,
That's rich. Coming from you.
Oof! Says the scheming psycho!
Lizzie is innocent.
All present watch in stunned amazement as the barrel of Sophie's gun turns away from me and points straight at Marm's heart.
Sophia! Haitian! I never would have suspected.
That's exactly the problem, Marm. You've become blind. You're so focused on expanding your empire, you missed what was happening right in front of you.
Sophie, you snake! How could you? After everything she did for us!
For us? What about to us? What has she ever given that she hasn't taken away tenfold from this city? From its everyday people? From innocent little girls with nowhere else to turn?
I glance at Winnie, disturbed to see her youthful features frozen in a shell-shocked, thousand-yard stare. No longer afraid, but no longer really present at all.
So, what next, dear? You'll kill me and take my place? Is that the plan?
No, Marm. Despite everything, I love you. And I don't want your barony, but this has to stop.
I knew you didn't have the backbone.
Listen to me. It doesn't have to be this way. We can change things in Dreamland. Together, as sisters.
This is Sophie's moment. I would sooner bare my neck to Marm than take it away from her. I nod, and she continues.
Look, Dreamland is already yours. You already run its streets, its nightlife, its storefronts. If Marm retires from managing the operation, she can keep living comfortably while you keep doing what you do best. If she's too proud to let go, then we'll find her somewhere else to live. But one way or the other, Marm has to step back. You all know Gia. Like it or not, she's one of my sisters now. And she could be yours, too. I think we have more in common with her than not. Give us your support. Let's make this real.
And I'll just sit back, will I? And watch as you take everything?
You can't stop us. You can only be stopped. Your hoard is taken. The casino's in ruins. You can never recover what you lost. It's time to move on. The circumstances of your retirement are up to you.
Fine. You want to parley? I suppose I owe you that much.
Sophie joins her Baron for a private negotiation. I'm left staring at the does, who seem carved from stone, still reeling from the shock of Sophie's betrayal, and unsure what to do.
I think Okay, I'll talk to Winnie first.
My heart lurches to see Winnie's sweetness has been smothered. She's listless and hollow, swaddled in her dough uniform like a straitjacket. Is Jenna better off, wherever she is? Winnie, you don't have to make a decision if you don't want to. But I know your approval would make Sophie very happy. Winnie looks up at me. Her expression is a jumble of conflicting emotions. I shouldn't press her any further.
I think it will be easier to persuade Lizzie.
Lizzie's arms are crossed in a childish pout. She curls her lip.
Because she is simple.
You. Haven't you done enough? Scram, why don't you?
Not here for a fight. You think Sophie might have the right idea?
Look, I know I ain't the smartest, okay? Sophie, she's the sharp one. She always knows what to do. But Mom, I'd be in the gutter without her. You get me? Nowhere. Nothing.
I get you. I grew up in the boroughs. Without my Zio, I'd be nowhere too. We don't get to choose our family, but we can choose what we take with us. We can choose who we want to be. She sniffs, uncomfortable with the frankness of the conversation. Her silence says everything she won't. Look, Lizzie, one gearhead to another. You gotta know when to pull into the pit.
Never thought of it that way. As long as you can promise me Mom will be okay, then...
We won't hurt her. You got my word.
Fine. Fine, all right. Whatever.
Alice's perpetually bouncing curls seem unnaturally still as she stares into the middle distance. She regards me smugly as I approach.
I suppose you're going to convince me to betray Marm?
I get the feeling that if Sophie hadn't made her move today, someone else would have stepped up. And maybe not a doe. What do you think?
I think she's a conniving little serpent. But I'm not an idiot, you know. I can see the writing on the wall.
Then you know she's right.
I know plenty, thank you very much. Most of which Marm taught me.
I haven't forgotten, you know. Your secret.
I didn't forget either, you hussy.
You don't get it. You don't have to be that Alice anymore. Everything you want is right in front of you now. All you need to do is join your sisters and be a part of something bigger than Marm's whims. I'm more than a little surprised at how long Alice chews it over. Finally, grudgingly, she nods.
You do talk sense. All right then, count me in. But just to be clear, we're never going to be friends. You and I.
I can live with that.
Now, Pearl does not look easy to persuade.
Pearl's impassive face is tight with fury. Who it's pointed at, whether it's Sophie or Marm or me or the whole sweet world, is anyone's guess. Pearl, I know you're not stupid. You can see Sophie's right, can't you?
What I see is a pathetic ingrate, hungry for power that isn't hers. And in you, I see a lost child, puffing out her chest to disguise her fear.
I think that's the longest sentence I've heard you speak. glad we're finally getting to know one another.
You don't know anything.
You don't scare me, but I know what scares you. Powerlessness. And that's all you'll have if you side with Marm. I imagine the whirring of complex mechanisms behind her eyes, arcane instruments of torture spinning up like medieval engines of pain. She reaches a decision and favors me with a single word in reply.
Fine.
So, no doors left to you, Mom.
Sophie and Marm finish their tete-a-tete and rejoin us. Sophie's gun is still aimed at her matriarch, but the Baron holds her chin high.
Lizzie, Alice, Pearl, you won't regret this. Thank you for your trust.
This is ridiculous.
Gia, this never would have happened without your help. Help me decide. I don't want Dreamland to become another White Street, fractured and plagued with infighting.
I feel all eyes turn to me, but the two that weigh the heaviest are Sophie and Luca. It's not just Dreamland's future we're talking about. Soph, this is your call. I can't make it for you.
I'm not asking you to, darling. I'm just asking you to tell me what I already know.
But this isn't my world.
That's exactly why your opinion means so much. Dreamland's been my entire life. I'm too wrapped up in it. You, though, you see it with clear eyes. You have the detachment of the outsider. I need that.
Behind the con artist, behind the street soldier, behind the double agent, behind everything Sophie's made herself, I catch a glimpse of the girl who never quite disappeared, whose light remained bright underneath. Well, all right then.
This can be a problem in near future. She will regain her power. She will try to regain her power. But if she leaves Dreamland, she can do nothing out there.
If she stays in Dreamland, she'll do everything she can to get her power.
Yeah.
Can't risk it.
This is an outrage. I built this place from nothing. I gave you everything you have.
I don't like it, but it makes sense. Your heart would only blacken further. To live in your old empire without the power to steer it into the future. You do your best to sabotage us. I'd expect no less. Happy birthday, Marm.
I should never have raised you up. You didn't deserve it. You never deserved that, any of you. I should have smothered you in your sleep.
Marm swings a brittle fist at Sophie, whose sad, patient defense wears out the old lady's rage until she's deflated like an empty balloon. A single tear marches down the craggy landscape of her wrinkled cheek. Sophie clicks Marm into a pair of handcuffs and guides her gently to the back seat of her car. The does disperse wordlessly. There's an odd quiet in the air. Is winning supposed to feel like this?
Gia, I'll see you at Spritzenhaus.
Right.
What do you need? See you soon.
See ya.
Hello again. See you soon, darling.
Gia, drive safe.
Holding up all right? See you.
Ah, you're back. Arrivederci, darling.
See ya.
Giovanna. Ta.
Miss Randazzo, a word, please.
Depends. What's it about?
Nothing serious, except, well, It's about your friend, Miss Salter. I can't help but notice she seems to be in a slump.
He subtly gestures with his cane. As usual, Sophie's looking as polished as a gilded fountain, but imperfections float to the surface. A long nursed drink sits at her elbow, and one of her curls droops downward. Any idea what's got her down?
She resembles some colleagues of mine. We leave much to come to the heights. And even when you've been given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, it doesn't make you miss your old life less.
She's homesick.
Usually I'd offer to check up on her, but I believe Miss Salter would better appreciate hearing it from someone she's closer to.
Gardner totters off, leaving me with my thoughts. Each one swirls back to the uncharacteristically quiet doe. After what went down in Dreamland, maybe Sophie could use something to cheer her up. The whole's short expensive jewelry and slices of bee sting cake, but I'm sure I can scrounge up something to her taste. I'm getting something to cheer Sophie up. I know you two aren't too friendly, but if you got a nickel to spare...
She's loaded. You'd need something special to impress her.
It's a gift. I'd like to believe she'll appreciate the sentiment, even if it's not bottles of champagne.
All right, here. If you haven't decided what to get her, the does all drink Melita Cafe. Don't tell her I told you.
Doing a collection to get a gift for Sophie. Think you can spare a few bucks from your latest stack of residuals?
A gift, eh? What's the occasion?
Something to cheer her up. Still thinking about what to get her.
Well, Sophie's no stranger to gifts from would-be admirers. Breaks the hearts of every one of them, but she seemed rather fond of the knife she got.
I'm getting something to cheer up Sophie. Want in?
Of course. I thought she seemed less like herself. Fortunately, I see she has a good friend looking after her.
She's had a hard time. I'm just trying to help out. I haven't even decided what to get her yet.
I admit, I've never been skilled at picking gifts either. My wife encourages I stick to vouchers. It may lack a personal touch, but it also avoids giving something unwanted.
Hey, Cress. Sophie seems homesick. Got anything to help out?
If it's a group gift, sure. It won't be much, but I can pitch in. What were you thinking of getting her?
Still deciding. Any suggestions?
Posters of home. They're easy to carry, and shouldn't be hard to find for Dreamland. They flat our ads all over the lowers.
Collection in hand, I pop into Pier 6 and walk back to the root cellar with a modestly wrapped can of Melita Cafe. Sophie's eyes light up like a ray of sun on water as I place it on the counter.
What's this?
A gift. It's for you.
How sweet. And it isn't even my birthday.
Then think of it as an early birthday present. You seem like you've been a little down since we left Dreamland. I thought this might help.
Are you implying I'm homesick? Really, darling. Dreamland's only a ferry ride away.
Yeah, but you can't go home anytime soon, can you? My words strain through her facade like poison to her ear. She slowly exhales.
No, I'm afraid not. There's the business with the well, of course, but I also betrayed Marm. It'll be some time and distance before grudges fade, and I no longer have to check for bombs.
You got people who hate you for saving them, but you still miss it?
Oh, I've always been loathed. Even when I was a dirty child, cutting purses.
But they weren't planting bombs in your car or arranging shootings back then.
Fortunately, no, but I'm used to dealing with danger. I dealt with it when I was heir, and becoming Baron would have only made me a more appealing target.
So what's there to miss, exactly?
Quite simply, it's home. And no home's without its dirty laundry. For every threat, there's a light. An opportunity or a game to be played. Even if it was with my sisters.
I might never have rammed cars with my siblings for a laugh, but I recognize that sigh. A wistful longing for simpler times past. You going to open that now, or wait till your birthday?
Oh, so impatient. Has anyone ever told you to savor the anticipation?
She leaves me to wait a beat longer before she tears into it.
Molita Cafe! My, this is a surprise.
Heard it was the Dough's preferred brand.
It is. I imagine we single-handedly keep them in business. And not just because of the discounts. Trust me, when you try a cup... How about I brew us a pot? How can I help?
Think this can help?
I know exactly what to do with this. I think I can now finish this little side project I've been working on. I'll leave something for you in the steamer trunk when it's all done. Goodbye for now. Yes? Come back soon.
Yes, darling? Until next time.
Giovanna. See if anything catches your eye. Do Vigenia.
How can I help? Goodbye for now.
Need something? See ya.
Hello, miss. Thank you.
Back already, huh? See ya.
Okay, I like this one. Just more AP.
Yes? Come back soon.
Hello, miss. Clear skies to you.
try. This Aether infuser. This weapon tuner was just +1 damage for 2 turns. I'll try this one. And let's leave.
Zdravo. See you soon.
Let's meet Kilmaya.
My ears ring in the silence, still loud even though they're blessedly free of alarms and shouting and gunfire. For now, anyways. Luke is unloading our ill-gotten haul. He hefts the last crate, giving the truck a firm slap on the metal bed to signal the driver to leave. He carries it like it weighs nothing, but I feel the impact in my soles as he drops it on the ground between us.
We did it, Gia. Here, Kilmire's payment and then some. Don't you let him talk you into handing this all over to him. You deserve some of that.
The boisterous beer hall is quiet as a chapel in the daylight. By the contented look on his expansive face, Kilmire's recovered well from the shock of having his island swallowed whole. I'm pleased to notice, however, a slightly more chastened volume to his voice.
Aha! The daring thieves return victorious. I knew you could do it.
We have to offload this stuff pronto. You got somewhere to put all this?
Not to worry. Those kegs behind me are quite empty. Perfect for hiding things I don't want others to find. Please, sit. Make yourself comfortable. Have you seen the news?
Wonder where she'll end up. Canada, you think?
Maybe Deutschland. I think she'd enjoy seeing the old country.
Who can say? She's been chased out like the vermin she is, but enough of that. Let us look to the future. Perhaps over a drink or two, my lovely.
Not on your life, Kilmire. Where's my Aether core?
Close at hand, Liebling. Close at hand. Now, about my price.
We worked awful hard to get this. Let's talk about a discount.
You have unseated the Baron, and now there will be a war for power. I thrive under such conditions, you see, so I am grateful, but Mom could still return someday. No, I feel my price is fair.
Forget it, Gia. Prying a penny out of this fat cat's grip is like trying to squeeze orange juice from a rock.
Show me that Aether core and let's get this done.
Certainly, certainly. You know, you are even lovelier when you are impatient.
Please, I just ate.
I masked my surprise at the small device wrapped in cloth stained with what I imagine was the previous owner. A faint hum escapes the polished metal and tickles my palms. Lucas' people are waiting outside. Coordinate with them.
Wunderbar! Congratulations on the deal well struck. I shall go attend to things. Please, make yourselves at home. From now on, for you and your friends, drinks are on the house.
Thanks.
My people could use a round too. Robbing a casino is, thirsty work.
Of course, delighted. But only one round. Do you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Well, gang, we did it.
I don't know about you ladies, but I could use a drink.
Luca, it's 10 in the morning.
And? What are you, my mother?
Well, I've got some time, and I'm feeling quite lucky. I've got a deck of cards I need breaking in anyway. Giovanna?
Sophie unpacks the cards, but as soon as she slides them into her waiting palm, I lean over and snatch the deck, quick as lightning.
Giovanna?
No offense, Soph, but I'm dealing this hand. How do I know these cards aren't marked?
Cute.
The leftover shakes from the day's events have finally subsided. We've pulled off the crime of the decade, deposed a tyrant, bargained with the devil, and come out the other side.
I haven't had the time until now, but thank you all. You don't know what the past few days have meant to me.
Sure I do. You're not the only one with skeletons in the closet, Sophie. Why do you think I stuck out my neck for you?
Thank you for having my back at the roadblock, darling. And all along the way, too.
Don't mention it.
Well, come on then. Tell me what I missed. I want all the juicy details.
I think we did a pretty bang-up job, all things considered.
Damn right we did.
I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. Feels like we got off too easy, you know?
Past few days have been a lot of things, Cress. Easy ain't one of them.
Yeah, still. Do casino heists usually go off without a hitch?
In my experience, darling, this sort of thing either goes quite well, or not at all.
The hand finishes, and Sophie reshuffles in silence, dealing out wry looks with every new card. Drinks and smiles flow easily. The mood settles comfortably, like a dog snuggling into its bed.
So what happens now? I'm in it for the long haul. Underground's not going anywhere, so neither am I. How about you, Sophie? Luca?
I know you've got a lot on your plate, Soph, but I'd like it if you stuck it out with us, now that Marm's been dealt with. What do you say?
I've left instructions for Marm to be taken out of the city on an outbound freighter. I'll keep her out of our hair for at least a little while.
You think she'll be back?
Doubtful. We've crippled her power and taken almost all of her liquid assets. She might prove a nuisance in the future, but for now, She's toothless.
Almost all her assets?
Marm's a canny old witch. She'll have tucked away some caches here and there just in case. It's what I would do.
And she's the one who trained you.
Just so, Miss Carter. All the same, I'm hedging my bets. I'll know well ahead of time if Marm so much as thinks about retaking Dreamland. But to answer your question, Giovanna, yes. I believe I will help you in your crusade. Because even though I am a criminal, I am also a pragmatist. Dreamland will be just that. A dream, if we don't save it.
I was kind of hoping you'd say that. Glad to have you.
Sophie Sulzer, heir to Mom Weiss, a savior. Maybe Dom hit me harder than I thought. I must be in a coma.
Luca, we could really use your help. The well affects everyone in the lowers.
Sure does. You know I'm in Gia. My people need somewhere to stand and sleep if they're gonna live after all. Hard to do when the docks are spinning around in a hurricane from hell.
Glad you're sticking with us. What about after we take care of the well? Are you gonna stick with the underground?
You know, for as long as I can remember since, Marco, I felt like I was cursed to hang around and take care of the docks because I had to. For maybe the first time, I'm looking forward to it.
Your people respect you, Luca, because you do right by them. If you can show them how much you really care, it'll be different. Better. The underground can help too.
I'm sure we'll never see eye to eye, Luca. But you do have my respect. I might square off in the ring with you now and again, but I think we can work together when we have to.
The docks will need you after it's all said and done, Luca. You looking towards the future will make life better for everyone there, I know it.
Never would have guessed that running into you when I was going up against those Doe enforcers would change the whole way I look at my life, miss, but, there you go. I'm looking forward to moving the docks into the future. Rebuilding it better than ever. This time, with everyone's help, and not just taking it on myself. Feels good.
It wouldn't be the same without you, big fella. I'm glad you're sticking around.
You know, you ladies are all right, but don't mistake me for a sap all of a sudden, Sulzer. I'll fight as hard as I have to when your does try to step on us.
Challenge accepted, Mr. Matsi. Challenge accepted.
So let's get rid of that well already, before it pulls us all down the drain. Can't have a fight without a battleground. Hey, Sophie?
When Luca refills my glass from our shared pitcher, I raise it toward the center of the table between us. Everyone looks to me. To victory, and whatever comes next. Cress brings her glass level with mine, her eyes shining cobalt above her smile.
To new friends and clobbered enemies.
Luca's glass enters the circle next, as a sincere warmth adds fresh color to his ruddy, rough-hewn face.
To the people of Dreamland, every one of them.
Finally, Sophie's glass completes the set, as she regards Cress and me with a strange look. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was affectionate.
To my sisters, old and new.
In response to Luca's raised eyebrow, Sophie rolls her eyes.
And brothers, I suppose.
As my Zio would say, Cent'anni. Our glasses join in a jangle of hearty clinks, and the rest of the day flits by in a blur of relieved and tired laughter.
Okay. I leveled up again. And I don't think this is the ending. On the map there was more islands here and there. So I'll finish this video here and I'll continue this game in my next video. Thank you. See you next time.